Battle started.
G'day and welcome to the last cast of 2024. Firstly, let me say a thank you to all of our YouTube viewers, subs and Discord members that have made the last few months quite enjoyable for myself, Twig, Fradeth and Tank Tom, the other two members of AllReasonNoLogic. Especially to those who jump in the game and on Discord with us regularly, and those showing us support here on YouTube. What started out as a little bit of a hobby, helping friends learn the game with some tutorials, has turned into something quite regular, especially with our King of the Hill Sunday games. You can check them out if you like. There's a link in the description below, and it links you to our Discord where we jump in the game together. There's also a few cast replays on this channel, and our streams, of course, for King of the Hill stream section of the channel. Quick personal word from me before we get into this game. Very shortly, my family is going to be growing. We will have a new little commander on our battlefield, so there will likely be some reduced content on this channel for a bit, especially until Fradeth gets back from a holiday. So let's get into everyone's favourite desert landscape. It's all that glitters, characterised by a range of messes, buttes and chimney rock formations. Very middle heavy map, ideal for 8 vs 8 matches with the dedicated roles being air in the back and eco in the back, and then usually we see frontline by most of the other players, maybe some sides, but generally we have 6 frontline position. And looking at our first position here on the front line, we've got the blue team's leader coming in at OS of 23. We got Mythology playing Armada bots, coming from the UK, and with a nice shiny silver banner with 5 chevrons, or is that 6? And then over in the air position, we have Darth Narbus playing as the red commander, going into Cold Hex aircraft. Be interesting. We've got quite experience there on the red team for air, whereas lowest OS player Warp playing air for the team. And thank you to the Discord submission for this replay. I won't name the player, of course, because quite often the people that submit these are on the winning team. I don't want to give away anything. Our first little run bys coming through. Got a Lonely Rascal running into the back line there. We might see it taken out, just like that. Not much else happening. We've got the front lines forming up for each of our teams. Blue team mostly getting up on that front line very quickly. This front line player going into a heavy eco with 3 construction bots before going into any vehicles. Luckily, the green player here playing their front roll and moving up to the front. Generally, that player in the corner of the canyon will take this sort of front line. Similar to the other team, orange will move up to this sort of position. That is a typical play, and then to oppose them, you're going to have this player come forward. Similarly, Dark Light, sorry. The light blue player would be moving forward like this. I think these eco players do have a lot of dense wind placed here, so you can get chain reactions when the wind is, especially like this here, when they're touching, you will have chain reaction. You want to be placing your wind too wide. Let's just take a quick look at that. So you want to either place them too wide like this, or you can hold down shift and space and then Z to spread them out like that and bring them back in. Little tip there, so that your wind doesn't chain react. Obviously you're going to lose some from bombing or whatnot run bys, but it prevents that chain reaction and mass loss for wind farms. First proper engagements here. We had green push right up into the front line of this lane, but pulling back when they saw their 2 vs 1. These grunts do outrange the pawns, but the pawns are a little bit faster and do have a higher DPS. You don't want to lose them though when there's not that much to support them on the front line. And commanders moving up, both teams. Roth of the Cream Commander coming up against the blue team's best player, arguably, and establishing quite a dominant frontline play there. You can see they've already got their 3.2 metal. It's not actually secured. Walking that commander straight forward, I like it quite a bit. But Mythology, are we going to see a D-gun here? So we can get some of these lashes at the same time. And nicely done. Little run around by the orange player here. Ooh, can we see a com go down this quickly in the game? Wow. Just like that, a commander goes down in less than 5 minutes. Very nicely done by the orange team. I mean, it was a good move by the blue team. Probably needed a couple extra units on the front line there to support that commander. Not to worry. What's happening on the other side? A bit of writing there will clear up for you. Pounders on the front line, obviously doing quite a bit of damage to the purple commander. Nice air scouting going on from the red team. See there that most of the bases, in fact every base has been discovered there. Ooh, that points out a big run by a pink player, Roosters. We're going to see at least one mechs come down. Yes, we are. Fight command. This way the ticks don't get too close to the explosion of that metal extractor, which would probably detonate them on impact. Now, were these sent forward? Yes. Where is the greens commanders? Ooh. Constructor goes down. We'll see the fight command take out this metal extractor, and then if this green player, who's probably focused up on the front line, yes they are, might see these ticks do a bit more damage, or are they just going to be left there? Oh no, lost opportunities. Oh, we're back. An inactive commander there. And no build power to help reclaim these ticks either. And we're going to see some more mixes fall, maybe some wind. These solars do close while they're getting damaged. Nicely done there. And I think that mace will take them all out. One lonely tick left. Got that silver badge of honor there on its shoulder. Still going. Oh, we're not going to see it go back again, are we? Picking on the green player a little bit too much there. It should surely go down though. We can take out the solar. Not quite. Nice effort there, pink commander Roosters. Roosters got some established dominance on this front line there with the pounder. They do very well in keeping these bots at bay. I think the slash is being micro, yes it is, just continuously moving so that we can keep taking out damage on the blue player. No units there to support them though, and you really want to see all of these metal extractors get built quick smart. You can see only a couple have been built. Doing injustice to himself there with his eco, and now these rocket bots might outrange this laser tower if we can keep them at a distance. Goes down. Wouldn't mind seeing all the grunts just pull forward. Break pawns. You're going to see how much more damage this pounder does against rocket bots, just taking about 2 shots per hit, maybe 3. Very nicely done, and hopefully it goes back there for the repair from the commander. Another great unit to do this with is the Janus. The Janus for the Armada tanks. You can kite that around, bring it in and out of battles. It's got quite a long reload time, but its missile does so much damage. And we're going to see it go forward again and try and do a little bit more damage. No, quite a few hits. So nice micro out of dark light here, and these slugs can save the day with this Janus. Not a good idea bringing these flashes in though. They don't have the keep themselves alive. They've got the range, and you need that range to your advantage. Ooh, and we've got a run by of grunts from our brown player, taking out a commander. Very nicely done, a model commander. A nice pull, and maybe a return favour over here. Blue finally pulling those grunts forward. Are we going to see some D guns? No, but I think we will see a commander go down. Very nice, going down everywhere. A lot of metal available for reclaim on those left hand lanes. Over on the right hand side, a lot more static defense up and secure positions from all players. Maybe a little bit weak in this purple lane here, but we are already on a very greedy T2. Usually we would see the back player going T2 to start with, but it looks like they've swapped roles here. The black player spending a lot more time on the front line, and the purple local player going for a very early T2. I mean, I don't mind it. Nice grunts running by there. Taking out all these mexes. Way forward, I wish I captured that. Nicely done. There's going to be a response, even using this construction vehicle to reclaim. Is going to take out the last 2% on this grunt. Oh, and I can see something in the background. We have 144 ticks. What is this going to do? Just capturing a bombing run as they're coming down. Don't want to miss that. These bombers may be a little bit too clumped up, so getting taken out quite easily, but taking out some mechs and energy conversion, not too bad. Grouping up the ticks like this, they are going to chain react, but they are also going to do so much damage. When in these massive numbers, they can just surround just about everything, take them out. Might even see the lab go down. No, we don't. But we're shutting down the T2 metal production. A number of... Oh, did we just have a player drop? No, we didn't. My mistake, just saw some movement on the side of the screen, but very nicely done. And that lime green player almost reset from those ticks. Looks like that's all this pink player is going into, is just mass wind, a few solos to start off the game by the looks of things, build power and getting those ticks out on the ground. Don't mind it. Very easy way to shut this down though is the Juno. And another commander on this side of the map. We're down to 4 commanders on one team and 2 on another. We got 3,500 metal sitting there on the front line, so you want to get those res bots there as quick as possible. That is easily enough to fund a T2 transition for any of these players here on the front line. What is going on in the back line? Ooh, I'm seeing a nuke go up before even an anti-nuke for the pink team. Tricky stuff. No anti-nuke going up yet. The green team, no, I don't see anything anywhere. That is nasty. Very quick nuke for a mid to low tier lobby. Should be up within the 14-minute mark, I'd say, and maybe charged by maybe the 16-minute mark. Hopefully the red team, they've got an anti-nuke up by that stage. Very nice airplay here out of Darth Narbus, the red commander. Taking out all these factories. Those beamers take down a lot when they're up and running, so we wish we kept them there a little bit longer. These rocket bots outranging these towers, and we have the gauntlet on the front line as well, taking them out from range. Doing very good to dismantle this lime green players front line whilst they are hurting. Good run by of grunts. Taking out some more mexes. Red team nice and aggressive in this match. Lots of little run bys. Finding the leaks. Gonna see some converter farms go down. That does hurt. You can see on the top right there, the blue team is in the lead with the medal. I think that is reclaimed though. Maybe it's quite even when the reclaim happened. Yeah, the red player, sorry. Red team is in the lead on the economy there. Some more shenanigans by the red player with his shuriken. Doing very nice, but I'd love to see all these grunts in the background. Yes, you're seeing it in the chat. Push these grunts forward rather than the commander to take out these units. And unfortunately not getting pulled, get that efficient trade. That's almost a perfect trade if you can get that many shurikens onto an army this side. You can see most of these legs are still recovering from being stunned for a short amount of time. Wow, I would hate to see what's going to happen over here. We'll jump back in on that shortly. All the action seems to be coming from this left-hand side, but we are up with T2. We've got some Geldens and an Arbiter out in the front line. This should do quite well at picking off Brown's static defense, maybe even that commander. Got a lot of defense over here in this canyon. I don't see anything to do that anytime soon. But we do have some gunslingers. I don't mind that. One of these units. 265 DPS, range of 365, and a health of 1560, which does regenerate. One of the few units that does regenerate by itself, so you can go and do a little bit of damage and retreat. see those just regenerating there on your screen. Fiends hitting the front line, doing nicely to do some damage against these thugs. A good counter to this composition as well. Those Fiends should be able to chase down armies like this quite easily. Oh, are we going to see these ticks come through? How many have we got? We have got casual 5,500 metal worth of ticks. We have 330 of them. Let's just have a look. We're going to see Roosters do some damage against the blue team. So Roosters coming in at 18,000 damage dealt right now. Let's see what happens with these ticks if they come in. Do not usually see these sorts of attacks in All That Glitters. That is just a phenomenal build up, and you can see the spectators commenting, here we go again. What base? I wonder if we can get into the back line here and take out, oh, there is no real fusion, so the back line might not even be the best target for this. And maybe just going straight back down the same lane and doing some extra damage to lime green. Hate to see it, but probably the best option there. We've got a pool of incisors over on the left hand side. Plenty of static defense though to shut this down, especially with the gauntlet, and we've got the T2 bot Sheldon's doing some damage from, so quite a bit of metal now there on the front line. I can't help but feel that as a bit of, oh, there goes the nuke. Oh, we did have a Prevailer up in time. Nuke up. It's the only area covered by anti-nuke though. We need to get one over in the canyon. Here go the ticks. Does look like we're going to go down the same lane again. A good choice. I like to see how these were spread out because the ticks do chain react a lot. You see when they take out a building quite often there's a bit of a explosion of a handful of them at the same time. Or doing some hefty damage, taking out the entire front line. You really want to see all teams following, all team members following a breakthrough like this as well. Right now you can see just a push straight down there, avoiding the commander. Go play the. Oh, this is going to do a lot of damage. We will lose a lot of ticks just in the explosion though, especially with these on the mic command. Oh, we changed to the fight command. That was on the move command. So a little bit less damage being done when they're on the fight command, taking out at least 2/3 of that eco there, and we're going to get the build power as well. That's what really does hurt. We do. Very nice play. And let's jump back in on those statistics. There you go. We're up to 70,000 damage just from one push. Ticks can do so much damage. In fact, did a little experiment, or my cousin did a little experiment with ticks the other day. It was actually Praedyth and Tank Tom. What they did is they got the metal equivalent of ticks versus razorbacks. So one razorback, and I think it's something like 220. What wins? The answer is the ticks win. So one razorback will easily lose to an army of 220-ish ticks. But of course, one strike from the Juno, they go spat. Battle's still quite even across both teams despite the damage done there. Energy very much in the lead for the red team. We've got a couple of fusions up for both the red and the pink player, as well as the orange, just with the second coming up, and we have that second nuke fire, and I think we are going to see the canyon fall. Is it going to be the back of the front player? And there you go. That hurts. And that was a Armada. Yes, Armada. Armageddon. ICBM launcher with an air pull. What I was getting at before there is the Cortex one does do a little bit more damage than the Armada one, but does take longer to build and create that missile. Once again, these bombers are a little bit clumped, but not to worry unless they go over a flak, which is coming up and definitely won't get up in time. I wouldn't be surprised if we see these get through. We do, and we're going to go for this T2 lab. If we can get that, that's going to be very nicely done. Taking out your opponent air player is definitely a priority when you're getting through to the back line for air. I wouldn't mind seeing this wind farm hit as well, because that will chain react. Fusion here. Probably the build power actually, that would be the best thing to go, and there we go. Go down. Pink player calling out that target, nicely done, good spot. And there goes a lot of the eco for this air player. Back over in the middle of the map, on one of these chimneys, we've got a bunch of spiders keeping this T1 at bay, and the gauntlet can't quite reach up there. I do have a Juno coming up though. Because that's not being thrown over this way. And we have more ticks coming through, we do. It does not stop. We're up to 3 factories pumping out ticks non-stop with 10 turrets. Are we going to see another nuke? Maybe go to the back line here. I think we might see another commander go down here. They all fall down. Yep, we are targeting the commander, getting that surround bonus and pop, and we're going to see another explosion in the back line, and that hurts for the canyons. Juno getting launched over here, but just a little bit too late. That could have shut that all down. So essentially reset on our right hand side, and one of the players has dropped out of the game. Nicely done. We have a dragon coming in. Wow. 20-minute dragon. Going into one of the more heavily defended areas of the game. Chainsaw doing work, and also we've got the Screamer putting out a very strong missile every now and then, but takes a while to reload, and there it goes. Not the most effective investment of Metal. Wouldn't have minded just seeing a bunch of Stormbringers built instead. More ticks. I don't think these ones are going to get past this line here, especially with the gunslingers mixed in there. We do have a Tremor. I don't know if I like that composition too much, especially with no radar in there and no jammer either. No, Tick's not going to get through this time. Turn off that player view and see what happens here. This green army turns around. Oh, that was a good hit. Probably a lucky hit. And we see the call out there that there's no radar. Green player unable to spend their eco with a lack of builders there. Just got the advanced builder by the looks. That's it. The SAR, a very powerful tank, but it's not going to be probably enough to take out all of this, especially when having to get that close to actually hit everything falling just like that and fall there. In the round play, you do want to put something with a bit more range, or at least some scouting, maybe waiting for these ticks to come through before sending everything in. That would be where the damage gets done. Another nuke coming in. Now a frontline hit. That really hurts. That line play just keeps getting knocked down. Go on your solar regalis. AllReasonNoLogic does English. Yeah, it just keeps getting knocked down. Good on you for sticking in there. I do hate to see when players drop out. I mean, fair enough if you completely get wiped, but you don't want to leave it down, especially on these 8 vs 8s. There's always times to build back up, and we might see another commander go down to TICKS. Very nicely done. Tick, the unit of the game. Rooster sitting up there with 109,000 damage. Would pull that MVP right now. And very nicely done by the eco player as well, getting all those nukes in. Probably a little bit lucky though as well. You want to see as soon as you hear that first nuke go off. So this player here, or maybe the air player, should have built a nuke maybe on this right hand side. Spiders for the orange player, going all the way onto the opposite side of the map, holding their lane whilst microing over here. Very nicely done. Good to see the spread, not just worrying about your own lane. Up against some Kagi though from the green player. That's going to be very hard to beat. Sneaky Fiend's taking out this air lab. Ooh, very close. No, it does go down in the explosion, and the D-gun doing some damage and taking out a T2 mech at the same time. That does hurt. More ticks, bit of everything. A little bit of a push from the blue on this left-hand side, but very much in favour of the red team right now. TICKS getting focused on that commander again, but deciding nope. Oh no, warp going for the D gun on all of those. That is not what you want to go and do, especially with the LLT up, actually doing more damage than the ticks would have done just by leaving them there probably. That hurts. We do have some spiders coming through. We get them up onto this rock and then we can maybe take out that build power. And another nuke. That red player must have vision. Oh, no, they don't have vision, so just a lucky guess of where to send that missile to hit. Nicely played by Darth here. Just putting that scout plane up on the hill, just helping the orange player use those spiders to their advantage. So much damage getting done, but one last ditch attempt on the left hand side. A bunch of hounds and they're all up against snipers. I don't think you're getting through that many snipers. Snipers probably an S tier unit of the game. They just do so much damage. They're one of the perfect counters for those marauders and razorbacks. When you get to that T3 stage of the game as well, the best counters to these probably the tick, getting them in the opposite direction, but the ticks coming out on the side of the orange player there, so everything's shut down instantly. Very nicely done, Carmish Phil. Brings the full T2 stage of the game. Left hand side very strong still for the blue team, but we are being attacked on many different fronts and the spider bot's still doing damage over here. Spotting the fusion, but not quite getting it. Play this Kargi is going to get up this hill and take it out. Very low health Kargi here. Lots of bangs. He really wants to get that Aphis killed, even though it's not built yet. Not going to go down though. Almost pushing hard, very durable unit, but they are going to get outpaced and outranged by the Eldons, and we can see some more ticks coming through here, but these Targets are going to do a lot of damage. Can we get this build power? Getting this build power will stop this AFS from being built, but no, too much. And see how well the build power takes it down. Oh! But the Carganus missile taking down their own units. Good thing about the tick, if you've got something on fire at will or return fire, they are going to shoot at your own stuff too. A big fiend pull. Cut through the middle. Cyan player taking the heat. These Sumas are not going to be able to hold up to this many fiends coming through. Doing a very good job though, lasting longer than I would have expected. Only one of them crawling. Actually, I completely take that back. Those Sumos really do pack a punch. Not doing a lot of damage, but take a hit. And when you get that surround bonus as well from them, as soon as you can see those fiends going through, surround bonus really does help. Ticks first, Carganets. A couple going down there actually. Wow, these ticks just do not stop. I don't think the pink player has built anything but ticks. And another lab on the front line as well, just continuously building up. Very nicely done. Continuously scaling, got 150. Still going, converting that energy into mass, and there we go. While we're reminiscing on the tick plays, the blue team decides to forfeit. And
battle
the red
ended.
player there, disappointed that he couldn't use all those bombers. And the awards chart there, Roosters come in second. Damage to Eco, going to this. Very nice. Obviously that mid-game damage dealt by all those ticks, but then other players coming to a lot of damage. Wow, there was really no beating the bombers at ground thundering away. We hope you guys like this video. Hit that like and subscribe. We will see you next year. Just maybe not me for a little while.